the general cognitive ability answer that sounds great, but fails the hiring committee member. Most candidates pick a concept they secretly understand well and perform false humility, and a hiring committee member spots that intellectual dishonesty immediately. The question is, explain a concept you find genuinely difficult. This tests general cognitive ability. At Google, that means not raw knowledge, but how clearly and honestly you reason when you hit the limits of what you know. What the interviewer is actually listening for is whether you can articulate the precise boundary between what you understand and what you don't, and whether you're curious rather than embarrassed about that boundary. Here is how most candidates answer when asked to explain a concept they find genuinely difficult.
I find Byzantine fault tolerance genuinely difficult. The idea that a distributed system has to keep working even when some nodes send actively misleading information, not just silent failures, is conceptually tricky. I spent time on the original paper and I get the core proof, but I still have to think carefully whenever I work through a specific consensus algorithm. It's one of those areas where I know the theory, but I'd want more hands-on implementation experience before I'd say I fully own it.
Candidate resolves the difficulty mid-answer, signals false humility. No live reasoning shown, recites conclusion, not thought process. Boundary of understanding never mapped. Committee sees rehearsed, not genuine. Here is what I am writing in the debrief right now. Item 1. Candidate names a hard concept, then immediately explains it correctly. Contradiction undermines premise. Item 2. No metacognition shown, describes topic knowledge, not limits of own understanding. Item 3. Answer has no live reasoning. Committee sees a rehearsed narrative, not genuine inquiry. Item 4. Difficulty framed as implementation gap, not intellectual boundary. Avoids the real question. Verdict: does not demonstrate general cognitive ability. Same question. Now listen to how a candidate who understands what general cognitive ability actually tests frames their answer.
Back pressure in distributed stream processing, specifically why naive implementations cause oscillation rather than stability. I understand the surface mechanism. A slow consumer signals the producer to slow down. What I can't yet reason through reliably is the control theory side, why certain feedback loop configurations overshoot before settling, and how to tune those parameters without empirical trial and error. I've read 2 papers on it, built a toy model, and I can predict the failure mode, but I don't yet have a mental model that lets me design the right parameters from first principles. That gap bothers me, and I'm actively working through it.
Candidate maps exact boundary between known and unknown, precise metacognition. Live reasoning demonstrated, shows how they engage with genuine confusion, intellectual curiosity signaled, discomfort named, active learning described, no false resolution. Candidate sits with the difficulty, googliness clearly present. Notice what changed. The candidate never resolved the difficulty, and that is exactly why this scores. Item 1. Candidate draws a precise line between understood and not yet understood. Strong metacognition. Item 2. Reasoning process visible in real time, not a conclusion, an active mental model. Item 3. Intellectual humility without deflection, owns the gap with specificity and curiosity. Item 4. Demonstrates comfort with ambiguity, does not manufacture a resolution that doesn't exist. Verdict: strong signal, strong hire. Before your loop, run your answer through these 3 questions. 1. Does your answer leave the difficulty unresolved by the end? If you explain it away, you've proven you didn't find it difficult. 2. Can you name the exact line between what you understand and what you don't? Vague discomfort is not metacognition. The committee needs a precise boundary. 3. Does your answer show you are actively curious about closing this gap? Without curiosity, intellectual humility reads as a weakness, not a strength. If you can't answer yes to all three, the hiring committee member reading your feedback packet will not see general cognitive ability. They'll see a candidate who performed it. How do your real stories score? Get a personalized report scored against the interview rubric Google uses for your role. Head to interview101.com and find out before your loop does.